Alright guys, so today we have a cool Silver History Sunday, and this one happens to be on the Romanian 100,000 lei. This 37mm crown-sized coin was only minted in 1946 and it weighs in at 25 grams. It's 70% pure and the other 30% is copper. That makes this particular coin about 0.563 troy ounces of silver, and this coin has had a total mintage of 2,002,000 coins. So it's not all that scarce. On this side of the coin we can see the portrait of King Michael I of Romania, surrounded by the inscription which translates to Michael I, King of the Romanians. Below the king's head we can see a small inscription, that's the artist's name. So a little bit about King Michael I. He reigned as Romania's leader in 1927 to 1930, then again in 1940 to 1947. So he took rule when his father ran away to Paris with his girlfriend, and then his dad came back, took the throne, and then Michael I became king again after his father was deposed. During his second reign, Romania became aligned with Nazi Germany, and there was all this communist stuff going on, and King Michael openly opposed it. So then he went to go see his cousins get married. That was the future Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip of Greece. And when he came back, he was forced to abdicate and was exiled from Romania. Let's move on to the other side of the coin. On the other side, we can see the denomination 100,000 lei, the word Romania, and once again the engraver's name on the bottom here. The word lei is the plural version of the word leu. That is the currency of Romania. They also use ban or bani, which are the fractional sizes of lei. So 100 bani are equivalent to 1 leu. The word bani also means money in the Romanian language, which is pretty cool. The word leu means lion in Romanian, and it was derived from the Dutch thaler, which depicts a beautiful lion. I'll put a picture of that here. In the early times of the lei currency, 1 leu was equivalent to 5 grams of 83.5% silver, or 0.29 grams of gold. And then in 1889, Romania joined the Latin Monetary Union and adopted the gold standard, where silver coins were allowed to be used in circulation, but only gold could be used to pay taxes and customs. During this time, Romania had many Russian imperials, French francs, British sovereigns, and Turkish lire circulating around, which made the leu a currency that wasn't really sought after. It had a lot of competition. But in 1914, Romania left the gold standard, and the currency lost even more value. They ended up pegging the leu to the US dollar, where $1 was worth 167 lei. As the world wars came and went, Romania was forced to change their currency to be pegged to the German Reichsmark and then to the Soviet ruble, each time changing the exchange rate of the leu. Because of this, the value of the leu continued to drop, so they had to remonetize the leu again, creating a new leu, which was worth 20,000 of the old lei. This happened in 1947, right after this coin was made. So with the new currency, this coin would only be equivalent to about 5 new lei. They provided no warning for the change and set strict limits on how many lei could be exchanged, capping farmers at 5 million and 3 million for your average worker. This resulted in only about 50% of the old currency being exchanged for the new currency, effectively destroying the economic system in Romania at the time. They ended up having another surprise remonetization after that in 1952, and this time it was even worse. And it's also worth noting that owning foreign currency in Romania at the time was illegal and punishable by up to 10 years in prison. So once again, when this economic crisis occurred, their population ended up losing a lot of their money. And all of this ended up settling down with a stable exchange rate of about 40,000 lei for €1 in 2003. So this is a prime example of why fiat money systems are risky, and a great example of how they can fail. It got so bad, in fact, that at one time the Romanian lei was considered the least valuable currency on the planet, and they printed lei notes with the denomination of 5 million lei. After one last remonetization event in 2005, the Romanian leu was revalued at the rate of 10,000 old lei for 1 new leu. And the current exchange rate, if you're curious, is 1 leu equals 26 United States cents. So we got a little bit in depth there and almost forgot about the coin itself, so sorry about that. But on the picture, here, we can see a pigeon flying an olive branch to a woman, and this is just supposed to symbolize peace. And the woman is resting on the Romanian coat of arms. The edge lettering on this coin is pretty cool. It reads Nihil sine Dio, which translates to nothing without God. I probably said that wrong, but that's what it translates to. And this lettering is kind of cool because it can vary from coin to coin. It can be found in random positions, starting at different spots on the coin, or it could be upside down. And that's just because they didn't take much care into which way they fed the coin into the edge letterer. And they didn't really care what side it was on when it got struck for the obverse and reverse. So the edge lettering could be in any orientation, so that's kind of cool. I have one other fun fact, and that is that there are many examples of counterfeit Romanian coins floating around, and this coin is no exception. And this is because it was common practice for mint workers to press extra coins in lesser quality metals between the world wars. So with the currency valuation so low, I guess they figured they would never get caught. But there are a bunch of fakes out there. So if you are interested in owning one of these, they aren't very scarce, and they're pretty dang cheap, but you just got to be careful that you do actually buy a 70% silver one. So maybe you test it with a magnet or a specific gravity, definitely weigh it, check the dimensions, but even for a legitimate one, these aren't that expensive, and they're pretty dang cool. So, anywho, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed this Sunday's Silver History Sunday, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Thanks.